You know that feeling when ADHD overwhelm hits and even the smallest little tasks just feel impossible? And it's not because you're broken. It's what your brain and body do when your battery is depleted. It's what they do to protect us. By the end of this video, you'll know how to interrupt this cycle of ADHD overwhelm so that you can finally protect the credibility you've worked so hard to build without losing it all to exhaustion. Most people think ADHD overwhelm means you're weak or not up to the task. The truth is that it's a sign you've been doing so much for so long that your nervous system is just trying to help you. ADHD tends to push us towards overfunctioning. We overthink, we overexplain, we go over the top, we go the extra mile. It's useful at certain places and times, but when that's the primary way we engage the world, we strain our battery. And then when we're completely depleted, our body is just waving at us saying, hey, you got no more juice left in the tank. It does what it can to help us slow down and recharge so that you can continue to show up in a way that reflects who you really are. Hi, I'm David, and after 20 years of helping responsible, capable people recover from ADHD exhaustion, I've seen firsthand how dependability, integrity, and high expectations often hide underneath the burnout and emotional exhaustion that goes along with ADHD. See, ADHD exhaustion usually follows the same three-part pattern. The first part is you're super excited about something new and challenging. So you rush right in, you overcommit without fully understanding the cost, and you underestimate how much time and energy and resources it's going to take. Then when you realize, hey, I'm in over my head a little bit, and you try to reset it, and you let people know, hey, this is a bit much for me, you start to get pushback because they don't truly understand the cost of your effort. Honestly, they've mostly been unaware of that cost because your excitement and enthusiasm obscured how much it really required of you. Sometimes we just forget to bring people along on the journey, and we assume they see and understand and know when they really don't. The final step in this cycle is you read their confusion as rejection, or as a threat to your credibility or the reputation you've tried to build with them. So then you build a rule. You have to keep going past your boundaries, past your limits, until you're just completely drained and depleted. Once you see that sequence, you can unsee it. Once you see, hey, I get overexcited and overcommit and underestimate my time. When I try to reset, I read that as rejection and recoil away from that. And then I create this rule where I'm just living in this chronic state of depletion. Once you see that, you can stop getting pulled into it. The first step to interrupt this pattern is to practice the strategic pause. A famous psychiatrist, Viktor Frankl, has a quote where he says, between stimulus and response, there's a space. And that's what this pause is we want to create a little bit of a space between the stimulus, what's happening out there in the outside world, and your response. What that looks like in the modern workday and in the modern adult with ADHD's life is that when a new thing comes along, instead of immediately assuming that this new thing will be the greatest thing ever or a disaster, you just pause. Another way you might practice this is instead of rushing to say yes to the latest request, you just pause for a moment. Let it soak in. Let the person asking you to do this thing, give it time for it to go through their brain. Give it time for it to go through your brain. Instead of defending yourself at the first hint of any pushback, you just pump the brakes. Hold on for a second to see if defensiveness is the best tool for that moment. Each of these pauses creates a micro moment of personal power. In that space, you can realign your decisions with your values, your energy, and your long-term goals. You can ask yourself, does this task really need to be done? Am I the best person to do it? Is this the best way to do it? This pause is the first step to helping you remember how to regulate ADHD overwhelm and rebuild a steady, sustainable focus. As you become more aware of this pattern of overwhelm, you'll notice it most when you're already rushed or overloaded, or trying to help someone who seems overwhelmed. It's those times when we feel our impulsivity jump in and we just want to keep the ball rolling. We just want to help. We want to be useful. And by practicing the pause, all we're doing is just pumping the brakes for a moment to give ourselves a chance to notice. When you feel that familiar pull to overfunction or people please, you can start to treat that as a cue, a warning light from your body saying, hey, it's time to just pause. You might create little scripts to help you share in those moments to give you that pause. You might say something like, I really want to help, so let me take a minute to see if I can really deliver. You might say, I really want to help, so let me check my current load of priorities and my current energy level just to make sure that I can actually deliver the thing you need. That moment of honest pacing is where sustainable change begins. If this helps you see how ADHD overwhelm sneaks into your day and gives you some ideas on what to do to counteract that, join me in the guided exercise on practicing pause from the exercise library on my channel. It's linked to this video below, and it's the next small step in reclaiming your energy and focus so you can shine where it matters most. If this was helpful or entertaining or useful, please like and share the video and subscribe below. Let's all work together to reducing the amount of ADHD overwhelm that's out there in our world today.